Viewers, a heated political controversy has broken out in Karnataka ahead of the Mysuru Dasara festival that celebrates the victory of goddess Chamundeshwari over the demon Mahishasura. The Congress Sarkar's decision to invite Booker Prize winner Banu Mushtaq to inaugurate the occasion has sparked a slugfest. For those not well versed, Banu Mushtaq is the first Kannada writer to win the prestigious global award. She's not just a renowned author, but also an activist who fights for women and other issues. Banu Mushtaq has called the opportunity the happiest and socially most important for her, applauding the government for not discriminating and giving opportunities to people from marginalized communities. However, the BJP has accused the Siddaramaiah Sarkara of insulting the Hindu faith by picking a personality known for her quote-unquote anti-Hindu stand. Now, several BJP leaders have said that while they appreciate and are proud of Banu Mushtaq's achievements, why should anyone who does not pray to goddess Chamundeshwari be given a platform? The Congress, however, says that Mysuru Dasara is a state festival and making this an issue about religion is unnecessary.
Mysuru Dasara is a very important religious festival of Karnataka, and we only expect that whoever is called to inaugurate and offer first prayers to Chamundeshwari on the Vijayadashmi day make their belief in Chamundeshwari public and clear.
ಹಿಂದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ವಾ? ನಿಸಾರ್ ಅಹಮದ್ ಅವರು ಮಾಡಿರಲಿಲ್ವಾ? ನಮ್ಮ ಈ ರಾಜ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾನಕ್ಕೆ ದಿವಾನರಾಗಿದ್ದವರು ಯಾರು? ಧಾರ್ಮಿಕ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿರಬಹುದು. ಇದು ನಾಡ ಹಬ್ಬ, ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ನಾಡ ಹಬ್ಬ, ಇದು ಹಿಂದಿನ ದಿನ ನಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂತಿರೋದು. ಅದರಿಂದ ನೀವು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಧಾರ್ಮಿಕ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನು ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಾ?
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Let's take this across to our panelists. Joining us is Siddharth Yadav, BJP national spokesperson. Rashmi Sawant is author and activist joining us. Ravi Srivastava is a political analyst with us. We have advocate Umar Junaidi, political analyst, also joining us. Let me start with you first. Siddharth Yadav, I'm quoting to you what Pratap Simha, former BJP MP, has said. He's from, of course, Mysore, and he says, I am not opposing her for being a Muslim. Dasara celebration is not a secular event, it's a religious celebration. Now, the question that arises is, what does this really mean? Festivals such as Dasara are meant to unite people, and therefore, if you have a situation where Banu Mushtaq herself has said that she's attended the festival during the childhood, is this controversy even something that is merited? Is a question that comes to mind. Siddharth Yadav.
First of all, what has to be understood is the nature of the festival. The nature of the festival definitely is not secular in nature. It is totally dependent on Hindu traditions and rituals. We have a constitution which protects the freedom to religion, and that also extends to Hindus in this country. We can't be expecting that Hindus can be okay with anything happening to their traditions and customs, and anything can be happening to their festivals, and be under the disguise of being secular, or by saying having that protection, though this festival is secular, or all Hindu festivals are secular, anything and everything can be done. This is point number 1. Point number 2, the guest in question, it's absolutely correct that it's not about the religion that she practices. It is about the position she has taken. One who takes a position, who does not believe in goddess Chamundeshwari, who does not believe in the goddesses, who says that the language Kannada is also being associated with Hindu goddesses, and that's why I can't associate with that. The one who feels in such manners, what is the necessity for anybody to ask her to come and open the festival or to inaugurate the festival? Why would the Congress government or any government in question would want to meddle with the faith of crores and crores of Hindu across the country? Now, if this had been just a new stance, a new position that the Congress party would have taken, it would have been a different case. But we have seen from time and again how the entire India alliance has taken a position against Sanatan Dharma. We have seen Sanatan Dharma being called dengue and malaria. We have seen how DMK, Congress, all top leaders have come out and said that this should be eradicated. Sanatan Dharma should be eradicated.
Okay. We'll come to that. We'll come to that one by one. Let's stick to the issue at hand. Advocate Umar Junaidi, the question over here is this. that she has made certain comments which are problematic in nature. Of course, those comments were in the context of the Kannada language, and Kannada language being worshipped as Bhuvaneshwari. Why should such a person be allowed to inaugurate a festival such as Dasara is the question that the BJP is asking. Your response, Umar Junaidi.
Madhav, if you want to neglect somebody or if you want to oppose somebody, it might be a bright side, but you will find a black spot in the beauty. That's what the people have said, and this is what BJP is doing. Now, Banu Mushtaq is a booker, international prize holder. She has been received the international prize for the book written in Kannada. That's the very point to be remembered. And talking about it might be her personal views. At times she might have said something, but the prestige, but the name she has got to Kannada, it has to be appreciated, and that's what the government of Karnataka is doing. Just because the Dasara is associated to the state, it is the state festival. It might be a regional festival. It might be the offerings to the goddess Chamundeshwari. Okay, completely agreed. But why did the cultural activities take place in Dasara? Why did the basketball matches do happen in Mysuru Dasara? Why this sports events happen in Mysuru Dasara? Just because it is a state event. And inaugurating a state event which is full of heritage, which is full of the message of secularism. Why can't Banu Mushtaq inaugurate the function? Okay. Now when the Banu Mushtaq is being invited to inaugurate the function, these people are talking about the faith and all. What about the Waqf bill?
Rashmi Sawant, I want you to come in on this. Yeah, let me bring in Rashmi Sawant on this. Rashmi Sawant, we all know that Mysuru Dasara, of course, the roots are certainly there in Hinduism, but it is also, an event that attracts tens of thousands. People come from across the country to witness it, and it is an event that is organized by the state. If the state is honoring somebody who has brought great laurels to the language of Kannada, what really is the problem with it? Because there are those who will also argue, yes, her comments about the Kannada language are there, but it's not like she has insulted goddess Chamundeshwari or the Hindu religion as such.
Well, Madhav, firstly, goddess Chamundeshwari and the worship traditions here in Karnataka, they predate any formal sort of modern governance that we see in the postmodern independence era. Today, they might have taken over managing this festival, but that does not give them right to modify it the way they want to. It has been a Hindu festival for time immemorial since the foundation of the Hindu Dharma, which predates everything. It predates today's Congress government. It predates the Congress, party itself. So I think it's very wrong to meddle with something that is so sacred and so central. Second of all, it is idol worship. It is worship of goddess Chamundeshwari. So I think anybody and everybody is allowed to come watch if they think it is spectator sports. One of the panelists here tried to compare it to a basketball match. It is not spectator sports. It is faith. It is worship. To inaugurate a puja, we cannot have somebody who does not believe.
She has not yet spoken. Other panelists are yet to speak. We'll come to you. There's enough time. Please be patient.
To inaugurate Navratri, to inaugurate the whole Navratri, which is essentially puja. You cannot have somebody who does not believe in the idea of idols or who does not believe in the faith.
But then Rashmi Sawant, why was then Professor K.S. Nisar Ahmed inaugurating the Dasara in 2017 atop the Chamundi Hill? And the same Pratap Simha was present at that time. You would recollect. Then there was no objection.
Well, I think, Madhav, I had an objection even back then, and I think you should put this question forth to the politician for being okay with that, because as a Hindu, I was not okay then, I'm not okay today.
Siddharth Yadav, you want to respond to that? Because the same Pratap Simha is today objecting to Banu Mushtaq, had no problem sharing the dais at that point of time with Professor K.S. Nisar Ahmed. Are these double standards there?
That tells us about the nature of the protest or the nature of the opposition that is there. The nature is not on the faith, the practicing faith of the person who's inaugurating. I say it again and I repeat it again. One person who has made it in public, who has come out in public and registered objections for Hindu goddesses, does not have a right to inaugurate an event wherein the government is aiding the event. It is not a government event. Point number one. It is not a government event. There's a difference between a government event and a government funded or a government aided event. Just because the government of Karnataka facilitates the event, you cannot be saying that we can invite anybody and everybody who speaks against Hindu traditions and the Sanatan Dharma. That is not how the freedom of religion.
Ravi Srivastava. I want Ravi Srivastava to respond to that. Ravi Srivastava, it's not just Siddharth Yadav, his own party's leader and the LOP in the assembly. R. Ashoka has come to say that why should those who oppose Hindus worship Chamundeshwari? The question that many would be asking is that could she have perhaps been honored with a literary event, something that is within her area where she has brought laurels to the state, rather than calling her to inaugurate the Dasara festival? Ravi Srivastava.
Banu Mushtaq is a celebrated writer. She has won an International Booker Award on the book that Heartland, which is a translation of stories by Deepa Bashti. And she is a Kannada woman and she has written in Kannada and she has been writing in Kannada, and then all Kannada speaking people.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Actually, sorry I'm interrupting you, Ravi Srivastava, but actually this is what Karnataka OBC chief of BJP has said. He has said that both author Banu Mushtaq and translator Deepa Basti deserves equal honours at the Dasara festival. Calling only Mushtaq is showing the Congress government's partiality. Your response, Ravi, to that?
That could be an issue between the state to decide or the people who have invited, because Deepa Bashti has only translated what actually Banu Mushtaq wrote in Kannada.
But she's also got the award, sir.
It's only a translation.
If one person merits it because of the Booker Award, then the translator also gets credit for it.
Anyway, let me come to the main subject which you have on hand today, is that Banu Mushtaq being opposed by a group of people. They are taking Yatnad, who has been expelled by the BJP. Even his statement is there that she should not be inviting that. Now, my basic question here is idol worshipping. Which Hindu scripture writes that idol worshipping should be there? Show me one. You show me Ramayana, you show me Mahabharata, you show me
what are the avatars, please tell me?
Which writes?
What are the avatars, sir?
The idol worshipping is
Ravi Srivastava, what are the Dashavatars? What are the Dashavatars?
Part of being a Hindu, it's essential that he is an idol worshipping.
How is Hinduism practiced? What happens in a place of worship of Hindus? What happens in a temple?
Correct.
What happens in a temple, Ravi Srivastava?
Hinduism is the religion.
No, what happens in a temple? Please tell me. From north to south, what happens in a temple?
Many people don't do it, sir.
Many people don't do it is another thing. What do 99% of Hindus do?
Is not a part of Hinduism.
What do 99% of Hindus do?
It's a way of life.
Ravi Srivastava, what do 99% of Hindus do?
Temple visits or worshipping the idol.
Maybe 1% of Hindus who have different alternative practice. Everyone can be a Hindu by they do that. But the point is, Ravi Srivastava, you know very well how Hinduism is practiced in this country. Let's not go down that line of argument.
Madhav, first thing is, this is a state festival.
Now come to that. Yeah, we'll come to the festival. You have said that Hindus, idol worship is not an essential part of Hinduism. Come on, Ravi Srivastava.
Hello, the friends are sitting here. Ask them that which scripture reads it.
Sir, Mr. Ravi Srivastava, may I ask you a question? Which religious text do you believe in? Do you believe in the Gita? Do you believe in Ramayana? Do you believe in Mahabharata? What do you believe in?
See, I believe in Hinduism.
What is the ism? Where does the ism come from? From the Rig Veda, from the Upanishads, from the Gita? What does Krishna said in the Gita?
Sir, you tell me whether there is an idol worshipping shown there. Ask them. Ask them which scripture reads it. That idol worshipping is a part of
If you've read the Gita, Vishnu very clearly says, I am the creator. Krishna very clearly says, I beg your pardon. I don't know if you've read the Gita, but Ravi Srivastava, you are displaying your ignorance on national television. Very sorry to say that. Very sorry to say that. Rashmi Sawant wants to come to you. Rashmi Sawant.
Madhav, the vitriol is so apparent. Chamundi Hill has a temple where there is a murti of goddess Chamundeshwari. You cannot unsee that. You cannot undo that by saying that you do not believe in murti puja. There happens to be a murti inside the Chamundi temple on Chamundi Hill. There is Chamundeshwari there. You cannot unsee that. If you do not believe in that, then don't come there.
You are going to inaugurate
if you want to disrespect it, Ravi. Ravi, if you want to disrespect it,
inaugurating an event, you are not going to temple. You are doing a puja and a prayer in a public forum. It's not going to temple.
puja and prayer? Is puja and prayer part of practicing? Is puja and prayer? Is puja and prayer part of?
Prayer is different, madam.
Is puja a part of?
Prayer is different. The prayer
So
is
do you
for the
propose that?
mankind. The
What
prayer
are
is
you
for
trying
the
to say,
humanity.
Ravi? This is a Hindu festival.
Prayer
This
is
is
for
a
the
Hindu
humanity.
festival.
Prayer is for
I
the
think you're-
mankind. Prayer is for the welfare of each and everyone.
Ravi Srivastava, you are entitled to your interpretation. 99% of Hindus practice Hinduism in a certain way in this country. I think by making these kind of arguments you're taking away. You can question what the BJP's intentions are, no problem. But by questioning the fundamental method of worship, I think Ravi Srivastava, you're opening this up to another different level of controversy. All right, Siddharth Yadav wants to respond to you. Siddharth Yadav, and then coming to you, Ravi.
Madhav, I have a quick question for Raviji. Raviji, what happens in the celebrations of this festival? Can you please tell me?
I know very well, sir. There is no temple there. There is a puja there.
Sir, I'm asking a simple question. Sir, what happens?
That's all.
Sir, Raviji, can you hear what I'm saying? What happens? How many days is this festival? Can you tell me that?
I'm 10 days.
How many days?
What
is there?
It's 9 days. 9 days. What happens there? What happens
if you
there?
start, you are not a quiz master here.
No, Madhav, my apologies for asking these questions. Madhav, Raviji, I got your point. Raviji, I got your point. Madhav, my apologies for asking the questions. The only point that I was trying to make is, it is people like Raviji who give certificates on national televisions on how Hindus should celebrate their festivals. It is people like Raviji who want to go and inaugurate such festivals by saying that we do not believe on the traditions. Do you even know what happens in the 9 days? There's Durga Aradhana, there's Navdurga Puja, there's Nandi Dhwaja Puja, there is the Jambu Savari of Tai Chamundeshwari. These are all Hindu traditions and customs, all rituals that happen during that festival. And you sit here calling it that basketball matches happen and this is a state carnival. What do you want to call it? We don't need certificates from you. It's not a carnival.
Sir,
it is not a carnival. It is a thing. Raviji.
Information.
Umesh Gunedi, I have not even replied to what you are saying. I have not even replied. Why are you getting agitated? You all can give certificates on how festivals have to happen. You all will give certificates on how we should celebrate our festival. We don't need your certificates. Keep your certificates with yourself.
Okay.
You don't even know what happens there.
Okay, Umar Junaidi, the point that is being made, Umar Junaidi, that fine, there are wrestling matches, there are basketball matches, all of that may happen on the side. But the core of it is a religious festival. And by bringing somebody who has raised questions about, about the manner in which the Kannada language, and Kannada language, just because there is a, idol Bhuvaneshwari, that does not mean that it is necessarily exclusionary, is it? The manner in which Banu Mushtaq is articulating it to be.
Madhav, first of all, I would like to clarify one thing to my fellow panelists, that they might have misunderstood, or they want to, they are just trying to make use of my statement in some wrong way. What I said is, Dasara festival is the state festival wherein not only the puja of Goddess Chamundeshwari is done, it is celebrated with all the enthusiasms in different competitions. That is what I meant to say. For kind information, if these two people doesn't have the ability to understand what I'm saying, I'm sorry. But the point is,
we very well understand.
But the point is, let me complete. I was not disturbing you. I was not disturbing you.
You were shouting at
Were you not, sir?
I was not disturbing you.
You did interrupt, all right. You did interrupt, but yes, complete your point, Umar. Complete your point.
That's why I interrupted. Madhav, the point is very clear. The Dasara festival is the state festival. And the government has invited Banu Mushtaq just because she has got the laurels to the Karnataka, and the Booker International Prize she has got is the book which is written in Kannada, and that is the pride of Kannada and to the entire Kannadigas, and that's why she has been invited.
The point is, she may have written a book in Kannada, and it will be the pride of Karnataka. That's a separate issue, Umar Junaidi.
Madhav, just 20 seconds.
There is the Rajyotsava award, the number of awards she could have been honored with. Is this the only way that she could have been honored?
Madhav, Madhav, just 20 seconds. These people talking about the religion, faith and belief. Where were these people who were talking about the Waqf institution which are to be governed by non-Muslims? Then it was not the question of faith and belief. And today just the inauguration.
Absolutely not.
You know, they question the faith and belief.
Respond to that. Siddharth Yadav, respond to that. What about the institution of Waqf? But that question can be answered the other way also. It can be asked the other way also. But since you've asked the question, Siddharth Yadav.
Madhav, I think on your show only, I've debated so many times. The Honorable Supreme Court has made it very clear the management of Waqf is not related to religion. It is not an essential religious practice. Verbatim, the Supreme Court of country. Now, my learned panelists want to sit here and say, no, management of property is also essential practice of the religion. I'm sorry, sir, it is not. Point number one. Point number two, our only submission is, and it is for the viewers to decide. We have seen the views of Ravi Srivastava ji and Advocate Umair Junaidi ji. Should these people be given the responsibility to inaugurate a festival which is of such sacred nature to the Hindus of this country?
Of course.
Ravi Srivastava. Ravi Srivastava wanted to comment on this.
Why would one who speaks against Tai Chamundeshwari, who speaks against the goddesses, be given that responsibility?
Definitely. What is wrong in it?
Ravi Srivastava, let me ask you a counter question.
You say it's not an essential Hindu practice.
I would love to do it. I won't have any problem. What is the issue? I have no problem.
Ravi Srivastava, listen, here's a question. Here's a simple question. Ravi Srivastava, would non-Muslims or non-Christians be inaugurating festivals of those faiths? Would the same Congress government allow that?
That is up to state to decide.
No, would they do that? Yes or no?
No, state is secular. State is secular. State will decide.
This is a simple question, sir. Are you secular? Are you secular?
State will decide.
Are you secular?
It's a state festival.
Are you secular? Yes or no? Mr. Ravi Srivastava, are you secular?
Every other religion.
1 second. Are you secular, Mr. Ravi Srivastava?
I am 1000% secular.
So do you believe it should be there or not?
1000% secular. I am not communal like other friends.
Okay, so the point I'm asking is, do you believe that these festivals should be inaugurated by people of other faiths?
Yeah, they can, no problem.
All right. So similarly, when there's puja, if puja is performed at your place, would you allow a person of another faith to perform that?
Yes, I go to Ajmer Sharif, I go to Dargah, I go everywhere.
No, my question is very different. I'm not asking where you go.
Yogi Adityanath.
I'm not asking you where you go, sir.
Ram Mandir inauguration.
I'm not asking you where you go. I'm asking about your own place. Your own place of worship at your own house. Will you allow somebody of another faith to do that?
If they will invite, I will go, sir. If they invite, I'll go. I have no issue.
I think that is not at all my question, Ravi Srivastava. What did I ask you? I asked you about a puja at your own place. Will you allow somebody of another faith to do that?
See, if they invite, I'll go there.
At your house, it is not about them inviting you. Will you invite somebody to do puja at your house?
Of course.
Of another faith?
I have no problem, sir.
You will have no problem.
I have no problem.
All right. You will have no problem. Rashmi Sawant nodding ahead. One by one, please. One by one. Rashmi Sawant.
I do the prayer. I don't do the idol worshipping.
Hypocrisy is very apparent. I think the hypocrisy is very apparent here.
Hypocrisy aapki thi.
Let's go one by one, please. Yes, Rashmi, please.
Here we have panelists who think property management is the role of a religion. At the same time, they're okay with religion not being a business in a religious event when it comes to Hindus. So I think we see the clear double standards. For other faiths, the panelists here are willing to bend over backwards to make provisions to bring in religion, to bring in exclusivity. But when it comes to the Hindu faith, then the Hindus are expected to recede from centuries-old traditions. They're expected to change the way these rituals are held, the way faith is practiced. Just because one or two people think it is open to interpretation does not change thousands of years old practice.
Okay.
Just because one person thinks it's okay, just because one party, which is not even 100 years old, thinks that it's okay, does not mean they have the right to change a century.
Siddharth Yadav, I want to ask you a quick question. When a simple quote I want to take from Yogi Adityanath, UP Chief Minister, who said in the context of Mahakumbh that anyone who arrives with reverence and faith is wholeheartedly welcome in Prayagraj. Now, if this is about the participation of people of other faiths in Mahakumbh, why should that yardstick change in the Mysuru Dasara? Siddharth Yadav.
No, Madhav, I think these are two very different things. Nobody is objecting the participation of a person of any faith who wishes to come and participate in the festival. People are most welcome. It is about who is inaugurating the festival, who is marking the inauguration of that festival. We must not forget it is this one clan, and it is also sitting on your television show today which says it's a state-funded, it's a state event, it's a state car. They want to pose it like a state carnival. It is not. Mysuru Dasara is a deeply religious festival. It marks the victory of goddess Chambudeshwari over Mahishasur. It symbolizes the triumph of good over evil. The roots of this very festival are very religious. Over the course of 9 days, various religious customs are followed according to the Shastras, according to the Panchang. When this is happening, why would the state want to invite somebody who has openly and very publicly gone against the Hindu goddesses, and for them to call and invite and inaugurate such an event shows the hatred of Congress.
Siddharth Yadav, completely out of time on this discussion. Siddharth Yadav, Rashmi Sawant, Ravi Srivastava and Advocate Umar Junaidi, certainly all eyes on this entire controversy. What will happen in the run-up to Dasara remains to be seen, but certainly a huge controversy that has been whipped up in Karnataka after the announcement of Banu Mushtaq as the chief guest who's going to inaugurate the Mysuru Dasara this year on. Thanks so much for joining us on this debate.